the Volkswagen Taigun is celebrating its first birthday this year. Now the Taigun, this was the first Volkswagen product from the India 2.0 project. This debuted the MQB A0 Iron platform for Volkswagen in India, and it's a car that we've really appreciated over the months. We've spoken about its styling, that Volkswagen build quality, and of course the features. But my favorite feature about the Taigun isn't the wireless CarPlay. It's also not that really nice bright infotainment screen. It's not the touch sensitive climate control buttons. It's not even the digital instrument cluster. My favorite feature about the Volkswagen Taigun is the way this thing drives. So today we have the 1.5 TSI Taigun GT with us, and we're gonna take it for a drive. Let's go. Now the reason my favorite bit about the Taigun is the driving is because of how well it aces it. Now the first part of it is down to the engine. This is the 1.5 TSI Evo engine, and it is an absolute gem. It makes 148 bhp and 250 Nm. So it's got a lot of power, a lot of torque, and it really makes the Taigun feel very, very enthusiastic and very sporty. This, the Taigun GT, is a great successor to the Polo GT's legacy. Now yes, the Polo GT was the enthusiast favorite hatchback, and this, the Taigun GT, is the SUV of choice if you are an enthusiast. It really picks up pace so easily. There's so much low down torque thanks to that variable geometry turbocharger, and it really goes. Now turbo petrol engines usually suffer from something called turbo lag. So you will step on the throttle and then the turbocharger takes its time to spool up, and then you get the power. But that's not the case with the Taigun GT. This, the 1.5 TSI Evo engine, has a variable geometry turbocharger. So what that means is basically at low RPMs as well, the turbocharger, it spools up very quickly. So that means there's very less turbo lag, and as soon as you step on the throttle, there's enough torque to really propel you forward. And then as the revs climb, the Taigun, it really surges forward with so much pace. It's a really hoot to drive. And of course, the engine is complemented by the 7-speed DSG gearbox. Now the DSG is widely known as one of the best automatic gearboxes in the world. It shifts gears really fast. It's rapid. In normal everyday driving, the gear shifts are almost seamless, and then when you really want to send it and you step on the throttle, it kicks down instantly, and then you're pushed forward thanks to the power and torque from the 1.5 TSI engine. And of course, if you are an enthusiast, you also get paddle shifters on the Taigun GT, so you can click a few gears down and then you can really move forward. Now of course, power is nothing without handling. You can have all the power in the world, but if you can't really put down that power and use that power, it's worth nothing. And the Taigun, that's the area where it really excels. The Taigun, it drives like a proper Volkswagen. It is really well planted, even at high speeds. In fact, high speed stability is probably the best in its class. The Taigun really feels rock solid, even when you're cruising at triple-digit speeds. And then when you want to make those quick direction changes, the Taigun is so darty. It really, the front end just dives in as soon as you turn the steering wheel. The steering itself is well weighted. It's got lots of feedback, and you can also get into a very comfortable driving position in the Taigun. So you can get the seat nice and low. You can position the steering for reach and rake, which is a big plus point for the Taigun. And the driving position overall is really sporty. You almost don't feel like you're in an SUV. This really feels like a hot hatchback when you're behind the wheel, and that is a really good thing, especially in the city. To get through those tight gaps, the Taigun feels really sure-footed, and you can really put it into those tight gaps. But then when you get onto the highway, that really rock-solid stability makes it feel like a nice big German car. Overall, the Taigun's driving dynamics are fantastic. This really does drive like all great Volkswagens before it. Yes, that combination of the 1.5 TSI Evo engine and the 7-speed DSG go hand in hand like garlic bread and cheese. And of course, those two ingredients are what make the driving bits of the Taigun my favorite feature. And also, that makes the Taigun a great choice for enthusiasts. But it's not just for enthusiasts that this Taigun GT is well suited, because thanks to active cylinder deactivation technology and a Miller combustion cycle on the 1.5 TSI Evo engine, it is also very, very fuel efficient. So 1 year later, the Taigun GT is every bit as fun to drive, but also a proper all-rounder.